Welcome viewers to Histolife TV. I am John Alagba, an elder of the Ghanaian Society, a 72-year-old elder of the Ghanaian Society. And I am also an educationist. I have decided to bring to your notice the generation, not only the younger generation, but 60 years downwards, to inform them about a very important event in this country, which will take place tomorrow, or it had taken place 50 years ago, and tomorrow will be a remembrance day, and that is the death of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of the Republic of Ghana. The reason being that Kwame Nkrumah being a very great man, a lot of our citizens, the generation that followed shortly after his overthrow, do not know his importance, especially important events concerning his life and death. And it's unfortunate that this thing has been kept from the knowledge of our youth, and those of us who are still alive, it's our responsibility to bring it to their notice. Hence, I am one of those people. More or less, I'm a living legend to bring this into the notice of all. It's a very important thing. Kwame Nkrumah, as you all know, was overthrown in on the 24th of February 1966, and then he went into exile in Guinea. But his health started deteriorating fastly from 1969, and then by August 1971, he was compelled by the circumstances to seek medical attention outside Africa. That is, he was in Bucharest, Romania. By then, the Eastern Europe, Romania was part of the Eastern Europe at that time. So he was in Romania for medical attention by the help of the Guinean authorities. And what happened on the 27th of April 1972, he passed away. And before I mention something about what exactly happened on that day, 27th February in Ghana here, I want viewers to know, in fact the whole world to know, that from 66 up to the time of his death, it was an offense to mention Kwame Nkrumah. Nobody heard of his name after he had been overthrown, because we were not, the public was warned by the authorities at that time that nobody should talk about Kwame Nkrumah. It's a very serious thing that the first president of this country, the one who actually toiled for the emancipation of our country, including Africa as a whole, was barred from being in his country, and no one also should talk about him. Anything concerning Kwame Nkrumah, his books and the rest, you were not allowed to handle if the authorities put an embargo on them, seriously. And for that matter, from 1966 up to the time of his death, there was no news about Kwame Nkrumah's existence in the domain of the Ghanaian public. So it came as a shock, a very big shock to the whole population. But fortunately for Ghanaians in general, was that the powers that removed him from power were no more there. There was another coup led by Colonel Ike Achampong, Lieutenant General Achampong, who overthrew the Dr. Busia, the Progress Party government led by Dr. Busia, the actual adversaries of Kwame Nkrumah. So as a result of that overthrow on the 13th of January 1972, and the death occurring on the 27th of April 1972, paved the way for Kwame Nkrumah's name to be mentioned in Ghana. Before then, a tag was placed on his head that anyone who will come across Kwame Nkrumah will be rewarded with 10,000 new cedis. Those take it to be $10,000. When if you are able to bring Kwame Nkrumah alive or dead, that was the tag put on him. So when Busia was removed, it meant that that tag had to be denounced. And on the 27th of April, the news at exactly 8:45, Kwame Nkrumah passed away. That was the news, and it was the new government announced it to the surprise and of everybody, and the whole nation was thrown into a state of mourning, big mourning. That's the importance of the date. So 27th of that tomorrow will be a very important historical date. So long as Kwame Nkrumah's death was concerned, it's an important historical date, the Golden Remembrance Day, that's the 50th anniversary. And it had to be mentioned because last year even I made some publications, the 49th edition, about that event. And so I want viewers to know that tomorrow, 27th April, will be the 50th anniversary of the death of Kwame Nkrumah, the greatest African and the African man of the millennium. I intend lecturing or talking about this event to the youth, especially from tomorrow up to July, when he was finally brought to Ghana. Because when he died in Romania, it was President Sekou Touré who claimed the body and had to perform funeral for him in Guinea. The whole world attended that funeral to the shame of Ghana. In fact, the whole world laughed at Ghana for allowing that big, great man to die in exile, and they couldn't give him any burial. So Sekou Touré had to claim the body, perform the funeral there on behalf of Africa. I say, all African heads of state attended the funeral. The world in general attended the funeral. It was then that the new government had to fight very hard for the body to be exhumed or to be brought back to Ghana. So from 27th April to July 7th, the body finally arrived in Ghana on July 7th for reinterment. So I want to say that from tomorrow up to July 7th, I will be talking about the events to you, to people who want to know much about it. Hence this interview granted to viewers. So I just want to let the viewers know that tomorrow, being the 50th anniversary of the death of Kwame Nkrumah, is a very important date this in the annals of Ghana's political history. And then that my intention is just to let viewers know of this very important date, which has been kept put under carpet by authorities over the years. It's wrong. My belief, my firm belief is that anything concerning Kwame Nkrumah, Ghanaians should be aware, should be knowledgeable. The youth especially have to be knowledgeable about these things. Either our people don't know, but those of us who know and we are still alive, we have to bring this thing to the knowledge of your people, because the man is so important that anything affecting him must be known by the citizens, especially the youth, the upcoming youth. And as I'm talking to you now, there are people who are 60 years and they don't know this thing. They can't, because people have been meeting me in the street asking about the past. If you are reading graphic, they have introduced something we call weekend graphic, and the past is being brought. People are asking. You see, when graphic has started something, a weekend graphic, and the past is being reviewed. You see, the other time they mentioned something about Hila Liman became president without chalks and books in schools. As those of us who witness certain things, we might be able to talk. So this is a very important date for people to know and ask questions about. With regard to other events, what occurred during the period to July 7th, I think we'll be talking about it as from tomorrow. Okay, thank you, viewers, for listening and watching. May God bless you.